What is going on, everybody? It's Dr. Vaughn here. Today I'm bringing you a tutorial on how to activate some Snapchat filters and some other rewards on Trovo.live. I've been requested on how to do this video, and honestly, I've reshot this video so many freaking times right now. I am on the brink of going crazy. I had a good video going, and my computer crashed. So this is hopefully my last video that I'm making on this. I'm losing it. So anyways. First thing you're gonna need is not Streamlabs OBS, regular OBS Studio. Please, for the love of God, don't use Streamlabs OBS because we're using plugin support. And once you know what a plugin is and learn how to level up your streams, you're gonna be very, very happy. We're also gonna need Mix It Up Bot, and finally, Snap Camera. If you got all those three ready to go and all set up, that's great. If you don't know how to set it up, there's videos on the internet you can look up on how to set those up. It's really not that hard. All right. Anyways, first things first, we're going to go and make some Trovo spells. I already have a few of them made because I use them for my stream. So I have my chicken hat spell we're going to be using, and also we're going to use my barrel roll spell for later on in this video. So first we're going to focus on chicken hat. So we got our chicken hat spell made. Now you want to go into Snap Camera. And here's Snap Camera. Once you got Snap Camera set up, you got your camera all set up and this and the other, you want to go into find the filter that you like. Mine was chicken hat, and you want to favorite it. And once you get it favored, you'll have this little favorite bar over here. Click it, and there it is, chicken hat. Bam! Now you have a chicken hat wearing. Go ahead and close that off. And now we're gonna go into lens hotkey. We're gonna hotkey our chicken hat. In this case, I hotkeyed mine as Control Shift and 2. You want to make sure that all your lenses hotkey are all set up as Control Shift in the beginning, because if you don't, it won't work for the most part, or it'll be a little bit more difficult or whatever. I found this to be the easiest way for having hotkey set up. So Control Shift 2, and that'll turn on your Snapchat filter. See, I can show you right now. Control Shift 2, bam! I just hit a keyboard button, and that's all it is. Turn it on, and that's it. So you're done there. We go ahead and minimize this window. Next, we're going to go into our OBS Studio. And now here's my OBS Studio. You want to go ahead and get out of here. You want to go ahead and do your sorry, I lost my train of thought. You want to go ahead and add Snap Camera to one of your sources. So once you got it added to your sources, it's going to look like this. It's going to say device Snap Camera. And you're done for the most part here. If you have a 2-camera setup, I'm going to show you how to turn on and off your Snap Camera. So like for me, I have one camera for my main streaming, and then I have another camera set up for my DSLR, or for my, excuse me, sorry, let me go back. I have one camera, it's a DSLR camera that's mainly for my streaming, for my cam, for me. And then I have another camera, which is an old USB cam that I've had for years, set up as only my Snap Cam. That's all I use it for, Snapchat filters. Just because I don't like, there's some quality issues and degradation issues when it goes through Snap Cam that I notice when it's a higher quality camera. That's the only reason why. But if you only have one camera, then you want to figure out how to turn on and off filters. You don't really have to do this part, but if you have 2 cameras and you want to figure out how to activate that scene to turn on whenever somebody activates a spell, this is the way to do it. So once you got it done and set up and ready to go, you want to go and find settings, pull up settings, hotkeys, and you want to type in the source name of your secondary camera, which mine is USB cam. I have it pop up a few times because I have it set up in different scenes. So if I'm matchmaking, or if I'm in the intermission and I'm just chatting, chilling, that people can still activate these rewards. And what I do is I find all of the ones that it's in, find that camera that's set up in different scenes and stuff like that, and I go ahead and I add a hotkey, Control Shift. And what that Control Shift does is, will turn on and turn off your source in your stream. So you have, like for me right now, I'll show you, here's my regular camera that I always have on when I'm streaming, and now I hit Control Shift, and what that does is turn on my my Snap Camera without any issues. And I made it set up where it just goes right on top of my other camera. So my other camera is still in the background. You just don't see it. And then I hit Control Shift and we're back to my normal camera. That's all I use it for. It's very, very simple, very easy. So, and now we're done here. If you want to make sure it works in different scenes, you can. I'll show you real quick. Here's my intermission scene. And I accidentally have it on here. So I'll go ahead and click Control Shift and it turns it off. And it should turn it off on matchmaking as well. See, USB camera's off. And that's all. I must have activated it at the wrong time. So, and that's it. And now it turns on and off in every scene. Now finally, we're gonna go into mix it up. Go ahead and go to your sidebar menu over here, find your Trovo spells. What we're gonna do is once we're in the Trovo spell area, do add command. And once you do add command, you'll have a little box that says command editor, just like this, pop up. And you're gonna go down to your action, you're gonna go to your spell name, in this case, chicken hat. Type in chicken hat the way it's spelled in Trovo. And we're gonna go down to action. We're gonna find chat message. I like personally putting a chat message, and so when you go to action, chat message, hit the plus button, it pops up a command line. I like to put mine send to streamer and I put a little thank you message. That's all that does. Next, we're gonna go back down to action, find input, keyboard, and mouse. We're gonna go ahead and add that also to our command line. And this is where we're gonna want keyboard. We're gonna have the type as keyboard. Our command key will be 2. You can put it as whatever you want, as long as it matches your hotkey setup in Snap Camera. So in this case, will be 2. Action, leave it as a click, and then Shift and Control boxes. You want to make sure those are check marked. So what that does is going to turn on and off. It's going to push those buttons as well without adding additional command lines. So now you could be able to click that play button, and what that does is turn on your camera. You can click the play button again, and it turns off the camera. But now you want to know, how do I turn it off? How does it turn off automatically? You know, I don't want to have a chicken hat on my stream, me wearing a chicken hat for my whole stream. You're like, how do I do that? So now what we're going to do is add another command line called the wait. At that wait command line, I put -90 seconds. You can put it whatever you want. It's up to you. I found 90 seconds to be a sweet spot. What that does is anybody else who activates another spell, they have to wait 90 seconds no matter when they activate their spell. If this one's going on, it still has they still have to wait a little bit, so people don't step on other people's spells and this, that, and the other. So that's what that does. And now you want to figure out, well, how does it turn off now? You can make another command line, or you can just hit this little duplicate button right here. And what that will do is just put the same command line over and over. So when you go ahead and you hit your test command right here, it'll go through all of these command lines and do it. So here you go. You got your chat message, your snap cameras on, and now it's waiting 90 seconds. As you can see, you got this little loading bar down here. It's waiting, and that's it. And it'll eventually go off in 90 seconds. And also, one thing is, make sure this is not highlighted. You want to make sure that this is off. There's a huge paragraph telling you that if you don't know what you're doing, don't touch it. And just make sure that's always off. If you're having some issues, it's probably because of that. So you want to go ahead and save it, close it out, and now you're done. Now you know how to have a chicken hat on your head. Next, we're going to be doing my barrel roll spell. If you want to see what that looks like, click, I'll test it. And now you can see, you know, in the background, kind of, my whole stream does a little barrel roll flip thing. And you're wondering how I do that. Well, first, there's another tutorial made by the YouTuber Nutty who shows you how to do it. I'll leave a link down below on how to make the barrel roll happen. So once you got that done, and you're back now, with the learning. All right, well, now I know how to activate it in OBS. How do I do it in and mix it up? It's very simple, very, very simple. So obviously you're gonna have, if you did it just how they did it, hey, look, my snap filter's off after 90 seconds. See, it works. Anyways, so you want to like know how to do the barrel roll scene flip. Well, you have it there, and you're like, all right, cool. Well, how do I turn it on and mix it up? And you're like, all right. So we're gonna go to mix it up. We're gonna add another command. We're gonna name it the spell, same spell that you did in your Trovo. So if you have barrel, there it is, barrel. As usual, I like to put a chat message. And next, we're gonna go back to our drop-down menu and find streaming software. Add that command line to streaming software. And once that's done, make sure it says OBS Studio. On your action, there is no scenes filter visibility for some reason. I don't know if they plan on adding it or they didn't realize they didn't add it, but source filter visibility also works for scenes. Don't ask me how, it just does. Which I'm okay with that. If they want to keep it like that or if they want to update it, that's fine. But right now it works. You know, so underneath source name, type in the scene and then type in the filter, which would be the flip filter. And you can test it. As you can see in the background, everything flipped. And that's it. And if you're wondering what these other lines are, it's because I have that flip animation set in different scenes. So that's all I did was just type it in for my matchmaking scene, typed it in for my intermission scene. And then also at the end, I have the sound. So you got Peppy Hair going. Do a barrel roll. And that's it. It's very simple. You can go ahead and save it and then you're done. And that's all. It's really not that hard. And you can do the same thing if you want to add like move transitions or if you want your stream to change your scenes or if you got something else going on that's like a filter effect or you want them to change the colors, color grading of your screen or something or pixelate it. They can do all of that through Mix It Up. By just doing the commands and stuff like that. It's very simple. It's a very powerful tool. I've been using this Mix It Up for about a month now, roughly, and I'm liking it. I'm still learning a lot. So if you got any ideas or you've seen somebody else make this thing and you want to figure out how to do it, message me and I'll try to figure it out myself and I'll try to put out another small video on how to do it. But other than that, like that's really it. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you liked it. I think I'm finally done. I think this is the final edit. Like I've recorded this video way too many freaking times. And yeah, I'm I'm done. Hopefully I'm done. But other than that, guys, like hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I'm gonna go relax before I go to work tonight. Anyways, y'all have a good one and be safe. Happy Christmas, New Year's, whenever, or if you already watched it, hopefully, or if it's after the holidays, hopefully you guys had a good holidays, whatnot. Other than that, I'm gonna go be an adult now. Bye.